A Sparrow. Sparrow by Masao Koshiyama. Once upon a time, there was an old man and an old woman. Because they had no children, the old man treasured a baby sparrow and kept it in a cage. One day, as usual, the old man went to the mountains, and the old woman was doing the laundry by the well. She forgot the sewage she was using for the laundry in the kitchen. While she was away, the baby sparrow ran out of the cage and licked up all the seaweed. The old woman returned to get the seaweed and said some of the seaweed was not clean. It was obvious that the sparrow had licked up all the seaweed. The mean old woman became very angry and caught the poor little sparrow, forcing it to open its mouth, and said, "What have you done to me?" She then cut off its tongue with scissors. Then she told it to go away wherever it wanted. The sparrow flew away crying in a sad voice, "It hurts, it hurts." In the evening, the old man returned from the mountain, carrying the grass on his back. "Oh, I'm so tired. The sparrow must be hungry too. So let's feed him," he said. He went to the cage, but there was no sparrow inside. The old man was surprised and asked, "Grandma, Grandma, where did the sparrow go?" The old man was worried about where the sparrow had gone, but when dawn broke, he immediately set out. The old man walked aimlessly, walking along with his walking stick, calling out to the tongue-cut sparrow, "Where's the inn?" He crossed fields and mountains and crossed fields again. He crossed the mountains and came to a place with a large bush. Then he heard a voice from inside the bush saying, "Shibari sparrow, where is your lodge?" The old man happily walked towards the voice. Then, in the shadow of the bush, he saw a cute red house. The sparrow had already opened its eyes and was heading out the other way. "Oh, it's good to see you, old man. You're so safe and sound. I came to visit because I love you." "Oh, thank you so much. Come on over here." Saying this, the sparrow took the old man's hand and led him into the house. The sparrow put his hands in front of the old man and said, "I'm sorry, old man, for licking the precious seaweed. You didn't get angry. You came all the way here out of concern for me. And thank you so much for coming to see me." The old man then said, "I've done some really unfortunate things because I wasn't here, but I'm really happy to see you again." The sparrows said they gathered all the sparrows, including their siblings and friends, and treated the old man to a feast of his favorite foods. Then they all danced the sparrow dance to a funny song. The old man was so happy that he forgot to go home. Then it gradually got darker, so the old man said, "Thanks to you, today was a fun day." Before the sun went down, he said, "Now, let's go home." The sparrows thought, "Well, this is a scruffy place, but they're staying here tonight. Please, please." We all stopped him. "I'm sorry, but the old lady will be waiting. I'll be back today. I'll come again." "That's unfortunate, but I'll give you a souvenir. So please wait a little while," Zozium said, and brought 2 soldiers from the back. The old man said, "1 heavy soldier and 1 light soldier. Please take whichever you like. Thank you for the meal and the souvenir. I'm sorry, but I'll take it and go home. But I'm getting older. I'll take the lighter one from Michi, who is far away." So the old man said, "I'll leave the lighter one. So I'll see you later. I'll be waiting for you. Please be careful and go home. said the sparrow, and saw the old man off to the gate. Even after the sun went down, the old man hadn't returned, so the old woman was muttering to herself, wondering where he had gone. When the old man came back with the souvenirs on his back, "Grandpa, where have you been up to now?" "So you were doing that. Well, it's not that bad. Today I went to the Sparrow Inn. I was treated to a lot of food and was shown the sparrow dance. And as you can see, I got a wonderful souvenir." As I put the box down, the old woman suddenly smiled and said, "Oh, that's great. I wonder what's in there." And then she opened the box right away, and from inside came a stunning egg of goldfish and holly. The old man was very surprised when he saw it. "Well, Sazum gave me two, a heavy one and a light one, and asked me which one I wanted. I'm old and the road is long, so I asked her to give me the light one, but I didn't expect it to have so many good things in it." Then the old woman suddenly pouted again and said, "You old fool! Why didn't you get the heavy one? It would have had a lot more good things in it." "Well, you shouldn't be so greedy. If it has so many good things in it, isn't it a lot? Why are there so many? Okay, I'll go and get the heavy one for you." The old man didn't listen to her pleas and ran out the door without waiting until the morning of the next day. It was already completely dark outside, but the old woman was still hungry. In a single breath, she pounded her cane wildly, asking the sparrow, "Where is my house?" she asked. The old woman thought she had found the mountain and walked towards the sound, but was cut off. The sparrow opened the door again and came out. Then he kindly said, "Oh, it's you, Grandma. Welcome," and invited her into the house. Then he said, "Come on in, please," and tried to take the old lady's hand and lead her to the table. But the old lady just looked around in a hurry and didn't calm down or try to sit down. No, when he saw that you were safe and sound, he said, "That's all I need, so I won't bother you anymore." He should have just hurried up and said, "You're safe and sound, so I'll be happy to see you. Let's get some souvenirs and go home." The sparrow was surprised at the sudden collection of souvenirs, thinking that the old lady was greedy. But the old lady was fine with it. She said impatiently, "Come on, hurry up." Okay, please wait a little while. I'll bring you the souvenirs now, so I'll tell you." She took out her gift. Now, I had two, a heavy one and a light one, so please take whichever you like. "Of course, I'll take the heavy one," the old lady said, and with a few greetings she left. The old lady was guarding the heavy satchel on her back. Though she had received a lot of gifts, it was getting heavier and heavier as she walked, until the old lady's shoulders came off and her hips were about to break. But even so, it was filled with more treasures than she had expected. I'm really looking forward to it. I wonder what kind of things are in it. I'll just wait a moment here. I'll take a break and try opening it a little." So I said to myself. I put the lid down on the stone by the roadside. I put the lid down with a sling, and I quickly opened the lid. And what do you think? The inside was covered in dazzling goldfish, and I was surprised to see a bunch of little ghosts, one-eyed little ones, Medudo, and other ghosts all slithering out. And they said, "You're a greedy old ha." They stared at me with scary eyes, or stuck out their creepy tongues and licked my face. The old woman no longer felt like she was alive. It's terrible! It's terrible! She screamed for help and ran away as hard as she could. Then, when she finally ran back into the house, completely pale, the old man was shocked and asked what had happened. The old woman told him what had happened to her and said she'd had enough. The old man looked pitiful and said, "Oh dear, that was awful. So she shouldn't be so cruel or greedy." The end.